JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Policeman killed during gas station robbery in St. Andrew. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is warning the death of a policeman who was fatally shot last night during an armed robbery at the Texaco gas station located at the intersection of East and Beechwood Avenues in St. Andrew. Corporal Christopher Smith, 47, was attached to the Kingston West Division, was off duty at the time of the incident. Reports are that at about 10:54, he unknowingly drove onto the scene of the robbery at the gas station. One of the 5 armed gunmen immediately approached his vehicle, opened the driver's door, saw his gun and opened fire at him. The policeman was shot in his arm and abdomen, relieved of his gun, and the men escaped in a white Toyota Wish. Members of the public assisted him to the hospital, where he died while receiving treatment. The robbers held up some of the pump attendants outside and took cash. They also held up and robbed the cashier inside. The St. Andrew Central Police are investigating the incident. 4-year-old killed, 2 injured in crash in Negril, Westmoreland. A 4-year-old girl is the latest road fatality. The child was a passenger on a motorcycle that collided with a motor car on the Hopewell Main Road in Westmoreland Friday afternoon. The driver of the motorcycle and another child were also injured in the crash. It's reported that at about 1 o'clock, a white Toyota Access motor car was traveling towards Orange Hill, and a black Suzuki Access motorcycle was proceeding towards Negril Spot. The driver of the motorcycle allegedly failed to keep left and collided with the motor car. The driver and the 2 pillion passengers received injuries and were transported to the hospital where the 4-year-old girl died. There were no reports of injuries to persons in the motor car. This is the second road fatality involving children this week. On Monday, 2 students of Lennon High died along the Bustamante Way in Clarendon when the car in which they were traveling collided with another car. A total of 344 people have died on Jamaica's roads since January this year, a 13% decrease year on year. Biker shot after hitting policeman while attempting to flee traffic stop. A motorcyclist who hit a policeman while attempting to elude a traffic stop was shot by the police along the Sligoville Road in St. Catherine last night. The 21-year-old was taken to hospital for treatment. Reports are that at about 9 p.m., a police team was conducting a vehicle checkpoint along the roadway when the biker was signaled to stop. He disobeyed and reportedly hit the policeman, injuring his foot. A colleague reportedly went to assist the bleeding cop. The motorcyclist was riding in that direction, and in a bid to protect himself and the injured cop, the colleague opened fire. The biker was hit in his leg. He was taken to hospital. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is probing the incident. INDECOM probing fatal police shooting in St. Mary. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is probing the fatal shooting of a man by the police in St. Mary on Friday. The deceased, Sheldon White, was shot at an unfinished house in Huddersfield, Renuevo. According to INDECOM, the initial police report is that cops on the Centre and Operational Support Team were on a targeted operation in search of White. It is alleged that during the search of the premises, White pointed a gun at the officers and they fired in response. A firearm, a 9mm P80 pistol, was reported as recovered from the scene. INDECOM says the examination, processing and the packaging of evidential material was completed. The body of the deceased man was photographed and sealed, pending post-mortem examination. An initial account of the incident was provided by each concerned officer. One officer reported that he was wearing a body-worn camera during the incident, said INDECOM. Year to date, 172 people have been shot and killed by the security forces, of which 4 occurred in December. Manchester police probing threat against Porus police station following fatal shooting of murder suspect. The police in Manchester say they are not taking a social media post threatening the safety of personnel assigned at the Porus police station for granted, days after the fatal shooting of a murder suspect in Ramble near Porus. The suspect, identified only as Bagalas, was fatally shot in what the police say was a confrontation during their response to a double murder at a bar. Police said a gun was seized following the confrontation. A highly placed crime fighter said the threat level against the police is high in the Porus area and that personnel are being urged to remain vigilant. On Friday, a screenshot of the social media post went viral online. The post mentioned a threat of attacking the Porus police station and questioned the fatal shooting of Bagalas, claiming that there will be no peace in Porus. Since August 6 people have been killed in the Porus area, contributing to the spike in violent crime in Manchester, with 50 murders so far this year. Man gets life sentence for possession of illegal weapon and ammunition. A man who was found guilty of possession of an illegal weapon was sentenced to life imprisonment on Thursday before the gun court. However, 20-year-old Tavari Faili, otherwise called Tav, of a 4th Street address, is only expected to serve 15 years behind bars. Phil was convicted at his trial last month for unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Prosecutors reported that on September 13, 2023, at about 4:50 p.m., Phil was standing at the intersection of 1st Street and West Road in the Kingston Western Division when he was accosted by members of a police patrol team. He was searched and the weapon found on him. Phil was sentenced to 15 years for unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon and a life imprisonment for unauthorized possession of ammunition by the trial judge on Thursday. The judge ordered that Phil is to serve 15 years behind bars before becoming eligible for parole. Teen charged for murder of man in Gordon Pen, Spanish Town. 18-year-old construction worker Chadwick Reed, otherwise called Chad, has been charged for the shooting death of a man in Gordon Pen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Reed, who is a resident of the community, was charged on Friday by the Spanish Town police with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The charges stem from a gun attack on 23-year-old A.J. Lee Bromfield, an unemployed resident of Caribbean Estate in Portmore, St. Catherine, while in his car. According to police reports, around 11:30 p.m. on November 17, Bromfield was in a section of Gordon Pen known as West End when Reed and another man entered Bromfield's Infiniti Q50 motor vehicle and shot him multiple times. The vehicle crashed into a fence and both men fled the scene. Bromfield was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was admitted. He died the following day. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch launched an investigation which led to Reed's arrest on December 1. He was formally charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his legal representative on December 6. A court date is being finalized. Visually impaired man gets social housing from government. A visually impaired man, Leo Chin, is the owner of a new household in the handover of the unit under the new social housing program in SHP. The ceremony and ribbon cutting took place in Mandela Terrace, St. Andrew on December 5. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who handed over the unit, noted that the initiative is part of the government's commitment to providing affordable housing solutions and dignified living conditions for all Jamaicans. He reiterated that the structure showcases the transformative power of government policy and the taxpayers' resources in realizing the dreams of Jamaican citizens. This is prosperity. It's a transformation of your life to achieve a long-standing goal, and this is happened through government policy and the taxpayers' resources, and it is done in a way that can withstand any criticism of inefficiency or corruption or any other allegations that may be leveled, Holness said. The NSHP, established in 2018 as part of the Housing, Opportunity, Production and Employment Whole program, aims to create sustainable housing solutions for Jamaican families in need. It is projected that more than 300 units will be built under the NSHP by the end of the year. JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.